got a text from her daughter around midnight about coming home, but she never did.
I called her and I sent her texts too, and she didn't answer, and so that's when I knew that something was wrong.
I woke up 8 o'clock on Saturday morning and immediately realized that she had not woken me up, and so I thought my husband was home. Maybe she checked in with him, and so I got up and I looked at the driveway and her car wasn't there, and I looked at her room and she wasn't there, and I reached for my phone and I grabbed I grabbed my phone and I looked for her location that she always shared with me, and the last update it had was from the party site about midnight. And so at that point I reached out to her dear friend to see if she was there, and once we found out that she wasn't there, it's terrible.
Yeah. Once Rodni Neiman woke up and realized her daughter never made it home, she started to call her friends and headed straight to law enforcement. Kylie's friends even went back to the campgrounds to go looking for her.
She wasn't there camping. We drove all over town looking for places that she might have parked her car to sleep.
Sacramento H20.
H20.
Now, this is Placer County Sheriff in the search Prosser area. He just started a log.
Copy, Russell. This is Placer County on the search. And what area are you going to be in?
Prosser Reservoir up near Truckee.
Step across the reservoir up near Truckee.
My name is Nick. I work at an emergency roadside assistance program. I got a call up in Truckee, Boca, for a battery call. So pretty much that means that the vehicle can't start. So I went en route up there, found the vehicle. At the time, I didn't realize that this was a situation until later on. But
yeah, let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
You said you went to Boca.
Yes, sir. She was there all night and she couldn't get her vehicle started due to the fact that now we both realized it was in neutral. She was wearing a sweatshirt, so it looked like she has been there for quite a while.
What color was the sweatshirt?
It was a gray sweatshirt.
Gray sweatshirt?
Yeah.
Was it dark gray or light gray?
It was light gray. I saw she wasn't wearing a ball cap. With me, she was wearing a ball cap, and it was a blue ball cap. I'm sorry about that. Also, she had a guy with her, a thinner built guy is the best way I could put it. With a bro tank, and it was a white bro tank. He had some freckles on his face, or maybe it was acne or whatnot, but it was on both sides of his face. And he had that black San Francisco black base. It wasn't even baseball hat. It's a flat bill hat facing forward. It was kind of off to the sideways. Okay. Brown hair that's sticking out just a little bit on the sides.
Age, about the same age, a little older.
If you saw a picture of him, could you say yes or no?
His face, yeah. Also a little bit shorter than me, so I'm 6'3", okay. So he was shorter than me. I would put him probably a little under 6 foot, I would guess.
Was he white?
He was white. He was Caucasian, yeah. I didn't know. I assumed that this is her boyfriend. I mean, from how they're interacting with each other. But it was kind of they were both kind of at unease is what it looked like for me, as if either they had a crazy night or a crazy day, or there's something going on I couldn't know, and at the time I didn't realize what was. The female, which is Kylie, I realized after, she was very hesitant and very skeptical on everything that was going on. She was asking me really weird questions, in the sense of, how do you put on your seatbelt correctly, and and she asked me to show her on how to connect it to her actual belt.
Did she seem high or intoxicated, or?
I try not to judge people at that point, so I try not to
Possibly.
I thought that maybe she was either hungover or just had a really rough day. She looked distressed, is what I could best describe as if you're going through a lot. So I understand, some people go through things, but now looking back at it, now it raises suspicion to me, and I know the detective on, okay, what is actually going on, what did happen that day, and what was the reason for her being gone.
Was camping in that campground right there? Or do you think she's just broken down?
I think she, the campgrounds are farther down, a little bit, you're closer to the beach, so she possibly could have been there, but in her car, there was nothing in her car, it was just seats. There wasn't camping gear, a tent or a sleeping bag or pillows or anything like that. It was just your normal seats.
Did you notice anything in particular in her car at all? Any
I mean,
personal stuff?
besides perfume bottles and like, yeah, actually there was a perfume bottle that was in the center console. And
what kind of vehicle was it that you responded to?
It was a gray, like a lightish gray Honda 4-door sedan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Or SUV, I'm sorry.
SUV?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And go ahead and describe what happened in the day after she disappeared.
To be honest with you, it's either right after she disappeared or right before she disappeared.
Okay.
When I was looking back under my GPS, under my phone of where I've been, I was there both Saturday and Sunday. It's around noonish, like 11 o'clock in the morning when I got out to her.
Okay.
And at that point in time, once we finished everything, she did advise that she was going to be going home later in the day and that she needed to grab some things and she was going to be heading out. So I advised her that, hey, keep your vehicle running and, you can get home. But during that period of time, after the period, I told her that I was going to leave and I hope you have a great day. Vehicle, I told her to keep it running for a couple of hours to obviously make sure everything is working good on the vehicle, charging system-wise. At that point in time, then I left, and then a week later is when I saw at a coffee shop that she was gone, and then that brought some...
You saw this on a flyer or something?
Yeah,
Wow.
I came in with my girlfriend, we went into a coffee shop, and it was a flyer, and I was just in awe. I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me for a little bit, because I'm like, that's the girl that I was working with. Cameras facing front and rear of our vehicles, as well as that we do have like audio, so we could pick up audio from inside and outside of the truck. So we did have that, and I'm guaranteed, my vehicle is facing directly towards hers, and that's how I normally do it for my protection, but so you're able to see the full vehicle, including her and the male that was with her.
Everything you just heard unfolded right here where I'm standing, talking about where Nick described him parking his service van. When he pulled up to give the battery service to Kylie, he parked his van right here, facing that direction. Her vehicle was parked right over here, facing 894.
Her ex-boyfriend lived in Napa. He was in Napa at the time, and I think he lives in Napa. And he actually drove up the next day, the second he heard that she was missing. He's very close with her family and her.
We received information on Saturday of the initiation of the missing persons report. We moved into a unified command with Placer County and started conducting a search and rescue operation in Nevada County. Throughout Saturday and Sunday, the incident was handled by Placer County and Nevada County.